I saw the sponsor. I'm almost low because this is not my third take. I got a little coffee in me. Ray Daniels. Now, he is a music legend, being a very successful music executive, where he was involved with a lot of big names in the pop and R&B spectrum, hip hop spectrum, such as Lizzo, Beyonce, Miley, Adam Levine, Lotto, and so on. The man knows what he do. He got success, he got credit, he got backup, and he know what he talking about. So he made a video addressing about new artists and how they are a little bit of fault when it comes to the downfall of the record label. And Ali had to agree on it, so hear me out. And let me break down a little bit of what he was saying in that video. Now, you can go watch it yourself. Not sponsored by him. He don't even know who I am. I am a small musician who made some bad opportunities. I'm just a small musician who made some bad moves in his opportunity. Live musician, educator, learning more about the business so that I can escape from Alabama. And more about recordings. So, some of the things that he said, I do have a sense of agreement too. Let me break it down for a little bit. I'm trying to escape Alabama. You can like the video, comment down below on what I'm going to say, and if it makes sense, say it in there. If you have something to counteract what I'm about to say in this video, leave it down in the comment down below. What did he say? So Ray Daniels addressing that the new artists really did drop the bag when it came to the music industry. Stressing the fact of the whole movement of you don't need a label. Listening to some artists, a lot of artists that have some negative things when it came to the record label, which are valid because there are some very shady things. However, he is making videos about addressing it. And he's saying that you listen to the internet / tech people over professionals who have been in the game for a couple of years. He does address of the reason why you want to be in it, whether if it's for the real artist reason or the internet reason. Being the real artists are going to spend a couple of years on their craft to get some long-term traction compared to the internet artists who just trying to get a quick buck, couple of thousand, low replay value, minimum effort, and true what he say. And the whole sense of your masters, the reason why tours, venues are the way that they are. He put in a little bit of fault. Why do I agree with some of the things that he said? Here's the thing about an artist's career. There are a lot of hats when it comes to an artist. Coming from the business side, the money budgeting, marketing, social media now got to be used, the development of artists, the recording time, the mixing, mastering. You get it. There's a lot of that happens in the music industry that has to be this movement with going independent, completely independent, all the way. It's the only way. It has some sense. At the same time, it can lead to a lot of burnout because of you're trying to do basically music, the songwriting, music, creating, all that stuff. Yet you still have to do the admin side, all the other sides. You have to wear all the other hats. That can lead to a lot of burnout. Now, if you do able to get some traction, able to have an extra income so that you are able to branch out some of those hats, which also too makes it a long-term thing. And the one thing that I do think that was missed when it came to the warning that a lot of artists have addressed is not understanding the business or writing out bad contracts, which a lot of artists have addressed out, like, hey, these 360 deals, these other shady contracts and stuff, they're not good. That's why they do a real push of like, hey, read your contract, get an entertainment lawyer to make sure that you're able to do it. If you do have that heat traction, try to do your best to manage the budget or try to do some negotiation. Not some crazy negotiation, but you gotta do a little bit of negotiation and seeing where it all factors in. Because not a lot of the quote-unquote percentages go back to the executive pockets. It does have to pay out to everyone else. that's involved in the music career. So I see that was like one of the big things that was missed, which also too have to address when it came to the greed. Because let's be real, there's a lot of greed in the music industry, which also play in a factor on both sides of the label and the artist about the greeding of the master over your copyright. Your masters mainly do own by the record label. However, you are able to get it back in whatever traction he's being the green or the red. You do have to be responsibly financially to make sure that you're able to be settled. Try to be not in the red. The green, the gold, the green. However, the record label did make it a little bit harder for it to keep you in the red. But I think there is some workaround of creativity that you are able to do. And like I was saying earlier about the real reason why is the real artist versus the internet. If you're willing to be in it for 10 years without making any money out of what you have created, compared to do you want to get rich with some short replay value, be a hot sensation for a month or two. You try and get what I'm saying? Because if you really do want to make it in the music industry where you're making a comfortable living, it's going to take a minute. You're going to have to do the long-term way of doing it. And it also too had to reconsider of thinking on how to make a living with music being labeled. So those are factors that plays. You probably not have to be the best at stuff, but if you got the work, willing to work in, you go a long way. So now I want to ask, what is my solution and how of fixing this broken cycle and able to bring balance to the labels, try to minimize the greed. I think that there should be a movement of label to independent in good faith, because when you're working with a label, you're able to understand what the business do, how it actually get. You get some hands-on experience on how to get to it. With that, record labels are able to slowly push you away so that you can work independently. You're able to get more tours or produce a lot more, create more, able to do it. So go into independent. Now that you're going more independent, record labels can go back for some new artists, bring them in, develop them, see where they are while they're working it, to gain the experience, to gaining a lot of the information, the values and stuff, get some good traction, and going back, encourage them to go independent so that they're able to go and get a new artist. That cycle. In a perfect world, it could work, but labels, artists, there's always someone who's going to pervert it, distort it, but it also too gives out the focus of replay value. Your music can get some traction down the line, like how we see it with some of the greats, like Stevie Wonder, one of the living legends. It still needs a work in progress of this label to independent. It's a work in progress. Ideal, but if you see any flaws of what I just said, comment down below. And if you agree with it, or you got a little bit of understanding of what Ray Daniel was saying in that video, comment down below, or see something, little kinks that I missed out. I am a person who can sense something wrong, at the same time it's hard for me to explain it until down the line or somebody else saying like, oh, this is some reason why blank this is some flaw or some good constructive criticism to it. Then I can be like, analyze what they say and be like, okay, I see where you're going. I can either agree or disagree. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm trying to break this algorithm. We're reworking the algorithm, y'all. Now I gotta go edit this video.